When Jesus taught people how to pray, and he said, Avun Davashmayo, our Father who art in heaven. Our Father, not just, Avi Davashmayo, right? Our Father who art in heaven. This is an honorific title. The problem is when Christians say that Jesus is begotten of the Father. This word, genetos, begotten, gets stuck in the throats of Muslims a lot. So what does that mean? What do you mean he's begotten of the Father? So a lot of Muslims will say, no, God doesn't have, sexual relations, and Christian says, no, that's not what we're saying. We're saying it's not sexual at all. We're saying, to quote, some of the church fathers, that Jesus shares the divine essence with God, right? And that he's always been there from the beginning, like in John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, Kai Theos Ein Prostan Theon, and the Word was with God. It was with God. This type of idea. Again, Muslims will say that this idea of Jesus being equal with God in his essence, this is not the teaching of Christ. Muslims would argue that Christians are missing out on the true teachings of Christ, because this was developed over time at Nicaea, which was a real council, despite what you may have heard. Obviously Dan Brown doesn't do a good job explaining it, but what they decided at Nicaea was that Jesus does in fact share an essence with God. This was a point of major contention amongst the Christian churches, and only the proto-Orthodox Christians were invited to Nicaea. You're not going to find, Gnostics or Ebionites or Nazarenes, or most of these groups are marginalized or killed off anyway, right? So even within proto-Orthodox Christianity, the forerunners of Christian Orthodoxy, there's major disputes. Is Jesus, he's the Son of God, but what does that mean? Is he begotten, not made? Is he created by God? Because Arius, who was representing the Greek episcopate, right, he said Jesus is katisma teleon. That's what begotten means. That means the best of creation, which is exactly what Muslims are saying about the Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. He's the best of khalqillah. He's the best of creation, right? And what's interesting is that by 360 of the Common Era, the vast majority of bishops were Arius. They weren't even Trinitarian. So Nicaea didn't solve that problem. Right? By 360, according to history, the vast majority of Orthodox Christian bishops, like Paul of Samosata and all the way down the line, believed that Jesus was inferior to the Father, essentially, and that he's created. So I would argue that this is not found, this is not the teaching of Christ, and that the Christian is missing out on the true teachings of Jesus.
Dr. Enderle, would you like me to repeat the question? Or?
That'd be fantastic.
Okay. What do Muslims miss out on by believing how Jesus isn't the Son of God?
Okay, I don't quite know how to answer this without commenting on some of the things he said, but I'll try not to.